Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel where we are trying to find the best way to see the world. Today we are going to talk about a serious and sensitive topic. People who are arrested or being arrested in other countries. What are the reasons behind their arrests? What are the conditions they face in detention? And what are the chances of their release? We will also include the case of Evan Gershkovich, an American reporter who has been accused of spying in Russia and has been in jail for over a year. Now, let's get started. Imagine you are traveling to a foreign country for work, tourism, or even for humanitarian purposes. You are enjoying the sights, the culture, and the people, but then something goes wrong. You are stopped by the authorities, accused of a crime you did not commit, and taken to a prison where you have no access to a lawyer, a fair trial, or your family. You are facing harsh treatment, torture, or even death. This is freaking nightmare. Well, this is the reality for many people who are arrested or being arrested in other countries every year. According to the James W. Foley Legacy Foundation, a Washington organization that advocates for hostages and journalist safety, at least 67 U.S. citizens are currently being held overseas. 90% of those are wrongly detained by foreign governments hostile to the U.S., but Americans are not the only ones who face this risk. According to the UK government, more than 5,000 British nationals were arrested or detained abroad in 2023, mostly for drug-related offenses, immigration violations, or fraud. And according to the flight comparison site JetCost, 63% of people failed to look up local laws before traveling overseas, which could lead to unexpected arrests for seemingly insignificant things such as chewing gum in Singapore, wearing camouflage in Barbados, or feeding pigeons in Venice. The reasons behind these arrests vary from country to country, but some common factors include political tensions, human rights violations, corruption, lack of due process, and cultural differences. Some of the countries that are known to have high rates of arrests or detentions of foreigners include China, Iran, North Korea, Russia, Turkey, and Venezuela. In some cases, these countries use foreign nationals as bargaining chips, hostages, or scapegoats to advance their agendas or pressure other governments. In other cases, they simply disregard the rights and protections of foreign citizens under international law. The conditions that these detainees face in prison are often appalling and inhumane. They may suffer from physical and psychological abuse, solitary confinement, overcrowding, malnutrition, disease, or lack of medical care. They may also be denied access to consular assistance, legal representation, or communication with their families. Some of them may face long periods of pretrial detention, unfair trials, or harsh sentences such as life imprisonment or death penalty. Some of them may never see the light of day again. The chances of their release depend on many factors such as the nature of the charges, the evidence, the legal system, the diplomatic relations, and the public pressure. Some of them may be released after paying fines, serving sentences, or appealing their cases. Some of them may be freed through negotiations, prisoner swaps, or humanitarian interventions. Some of them may be pardoned, acquitted, or exonerated. But some of them may remain in captivity for years, decades, or indefinitely. One of the most prominent cases of a foreigner being arrested in another country and went viral this week is that of Evan Gershkovich, a Wall Street Journal reporter who was detained on espionage charges in Russia in December 2018. Gershkovich was on assignment in the Ural mountain city of Yekaterinburg when he was arrested by the FSB the Federal Security Service, on suspicion of espionage in the interest of the American government. He was taken to Moscow and held in the notorious Lefortovo prison, where he shares a cell with another inmate and has only an hour a day to walk in a narrow yard. He has been denied bail and access to his own lawyers. He faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Gershkovich has maintained his innocence and said he was only doing his job as a journalist. His colleagues, friends, and family have launched a letter writing campaign to keep his spirits high and to raise awareness about his case. The Wall Street Journal, the U.S. government, and several human rights organizations have called for his immediate release and said he was wrongly detained. Russian President Vladimir Putin has suggested an agreement can be reached with the U.S. to release Gershkovich after a court delivers its verdict, possibly in exchange for a Russian hitman who was convicted in Germany. But so far, no progress has been made after several years, and Gershkovich remains in jail where he will spend probably one more year. And that's it for today's video. But wait, I hope you learned something new and gained some insight into the plight of people who are arrested or being arrested in other countries. I urge you to do your research before traveling abroad, to respect the local laws and customs, and to seek consular assistance if you ever encounter any trouble. Today is Evan Gershkovich, who is living this nightmare, but can be you, a family member, or someone you love. So please do your research before you arrive to your destination. If you know someone that is planning to travel to other country, share this video to them. I think can be helpful. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up so the algorithm can recommend this video to more people. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, and liked always. See you next time.